Welcome to Lesson 1 of the Albiz German video course. This week you will learn some basic German vocabulary through a Dungeons & Dragons style short story, followed by an extended vocabulary list and an introduction to German grammar. Then I will leave you with 5 short worksheets that you can complete over the week, as well as 76 flashcards to memorize vocabulary quickly and efficiently. Please note that I am not a native German speaker, and I would appreciate it if any native speakers or linguists could correct any mistakes I might have made. If any major errors are in any of the videos I make, I will remove the lesson and publish an updated version. Now let us begin the lesson. A party of adventurers in search of new quests find themselves in a small village as the sun sets behind their backs. They decide to spend the night in the local inn. Guten Tag, the wizard says, approaching the innkeeper. Let's take a look at this phrase. Guten Tag, good day. Guten Tag. This is the formal way of saying hello in German. Guten Abend, the innkeeper replies. Guten Abend. This means good evening. Guten Abend. Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie? What is your name, or what are you called? Wie heißen Sie? Ich heiße Brogi, the wizard says. Ich heiße Brogi. My name is Brogi, or literally, I am called Brogi. Ich heiße Brogi. Ich heiße Gunder, the dwarf says. My name is Gunder. Ich heiße Leif, says the elf. Ich heiße Leif. I am called Leif. Ich heiße Sam, the halfling says. Ich heiße Sam. I am called Sam. Ich heiße Agus, says the cleric. Ich heiße Agus. I am called Argus. Ich heiße Kandra, says the druid. Ich heiße Kandra. I am called Kandra. Und ich heiße Hans, says the barbarian. Und ich heiße Hans. And I am called Hans. Wie heißen Sie? Brogi asked the innkeeper. Wie heißen Sie? What is your name? Ich heiße Heiko, the innkeeper replies. Ich heiße Heiko. I am called Heiko. Was möchten Sie gerne? Was möchten Sie gerne? What do you want? Or what would you like? Ich möchte ein Glas Wasser, says Kandra. Ich möchte ein Glas Wasser. I want a glass of water. Notice that in German, there is no word for of between Glas, which means glass, and Wasser, meaning water. Ich möchte ein Glas Wasser. Wir möchten 2 Brandys, say Gunder and Hans. Wir möchten 2 Brandys. We want 2 brandies. Wir möchten 3 Biere, say Argus, Leif, and Sam. Wir möchten 3 Biere. We want 3 beers. Und wir brauchen 4 Zimmer, Brogi says. Und wir brauchen 4 Zimmer. And we need 4 rooms. He leans forward and whispers to the innkeeper. Und 5 Brandys in meinem Zimmer. Und 5 Brandys in meinem Zimmer. And 5 brandies in my room. Ich möchte essen, Hans declares. Ich möchte essen. I want food. Essen can mean food or to eat. Und Abendessen. Und Abendessen, the wizard sighs. Und Abendessen. And dinner. Abend means evening. Essen means food. So literally, evening meal, or Abendessen. Alles klar, the innkeeper says. Alles klar. Literally meaning, everything clear? Or, alright. Das kostet 6 Goldstücke. Das kostet 6 Goldstücke. That costs 6 gold pieces. Das ist zu teuer, Brogy exclaims. Das ist zu teuer. That is too expensive. Das ist zu teuer. Ich werde dir 5 Goldstücke bezahlen. Ich werde dir 5 Goldstücke bezahlen. I will pay you 5 gold pieces. Ich werde dir 5 Goldstücke bezahlen. The party pays and sits down at a table next to the fire with their drinks. A bard is playing the lute on top of a table in the middle of the room. Rau! Sam exclaims. Schön dich zu sehen. Schön dich zu sehen. It is good to see you. Schön dich zu sehen. Hallo Sam. The bard stops playing to greet the halfling. Hallo Sam. Hallo is the informal way of saying hello in German. Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? How are you doing? Wie geht es dir? This is the informal way of asking how somebody is, although Germans do not ask this as much as English-speaking people. Mir geht es gut, Sam says. Mir geht es gut. I am doing well. Und dir? Und dir? And you? Und dir? Mir geht es auch gut. Mir geht es auch gut. I am doing well too. Auch means too or as well. Rao sits down with Sam and the rest of the party. Just then, a maid comes out with their meals. Wie geht es Ihnen? She asks. Wie geht es Ihnen? This is the formal way of asking how somebody is doing. Wie geht es Ihnen? Es geht uns gut, the party replies. Es geht uns gut. We are doing well. Möchten Sie neue Getränke? Möchten Sie neue Getränke? Do you want new drinks? Möchten Sie neue Getränke? Ja, bitte, say Sam and Gunder. Ja, bitte. Yes, please. Ja, bitte. Wasser bitte, the wizard says. Wasser bitte. Water, please. Wasser bitte. Kann ich bitte ein Bier haben? Rao says. Kann ich bitte ein Bier haben? Can I please have a beer? Kann ich bitte ein Bier haben? Natürlich, says the maid. Natürlich. Naturally, or of course. Natürlich. She returns with the drinks a few minutes later. Vielen Dank, says the bard. Vielen Dank. This is the formal way of saying thank you in German. Vielen Dank. Gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. This is the formal way of saying you're welcome in German. Gern geschehen. The adventurers share tales of quests and adventure over their drinks. Brogy disappears to his room after a few hours to enjoy his brandies in private. They drink long into the night and drunkenly retire to their rooms. Gute Nacht, the innkeeper tells them as they stagger up the stairs. Gute Nacht. Good night. Gute Nacht. They sleep far into the morning the next day. Guten Morgen, the serving maid says when they finally all emerge. Guten Morgen. Good morning. Guten Morgen. Möchten Sie Frühstück? Möchten Sie Frühstück? Do you want breakfast? Möchten Sie Frühstück? Ja, bitte, they yawn. Ja, bitte. Yes, please. They eat breakfast, and Rao declares that he plans to join the adventurers. They finish their meal and, despite their hangovers, prepare to depart. Wir gehen, Brogy tells the innkeeper. Wir gehen. Wir gehen. We are going, or we are leaving. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen, the innkeeper says, and wishes them luck on their journey. The adventurers mount their horses and ride east towards the vast city of Aldemar. Now, let's review the vocabulary you learned this lesson. First, the phrases. Hallo, hallo, informal, hello. Guten Morgen, guten Morgen, good morning. Guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Tag, good day. Guten Tag, guten Abend, guten Abend, good evening. Guten Abend, gute Nacht, gute Nacht, good night. Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? How are you? Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es Ihnen? Wie geht es Ihnen? How are you? Formal. Wie geht es Ihnen? Mir geht es gut. Mir geht es gut. I am doing well. Mir geht es gut. Mir geht es nicht gut. Mir geht es nicht gut. I am not doing well. Mir geht es nicht gut. Mir geht es schlecht. Mir geht es schlecht. I am feeling bad, or I am feeling sick. Mir geht es schlecht. Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie? What is your name? Wie heißen Sie? Ich heiße. I am called. Was möchten Sie gerne? Was möchten Sie gerne? What would you like? Was möchtest du gerne? Was möchtest du gerne? What would you like? Informal. Was möchtest du gerne? Ein Glas Wasser. Ein Glas Wasser. A glass of water. Ein Glas Wasser. Ein Glas Bier. Ein Glas Bier. A glass of beer. Ein Glas Bier. Ein Glas Wein. Ein Glas Wein. A glass of wine. Ein Glas Wein. Ein Glas Milch. Ein Glas Milch. A glass of milk. Ein Glas Milch. Das kostet. Das kostet. That costs. Das kostet. Alles klar. Alles klar. All right. Alles klar. Bitte. Bitte. Please. Bitte. Danke. Danke. Thanks. Danke. Vielen Dank. Vielen Dank. Thank you, formal. Vielen Dank. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Thank you very much. Dankeschön. Gerne. Gerne. You're welcome. Gerne. Gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. You are welcome, formal. Gern geschehen. Schön dich zu sehen. Schön dich zu sehen. It is good to see you. Schön dich zu sehen. Natürlich. Natürlich. Naturally. Natürlich. Wir gehen. Wir gehen. We are going, or we are leaving. Wir gehen. In German, there are certain concepts that we do not have in English, such as noun gender and also case in the definite and indefinite articles, which are the, a, and in English. In German, there is a long list of words for the and for a. So there are the three genders: masculine or masculine, féminine or feminine, and neutral or neuter. And each of those genders have a nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive form. All of these are in English nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. The nominative case is most commonly taught as the subject of the sentence, but it is better to ask certain questions about words. I like to ask, who is doing the action? That is the nominative case, the most common case. For the nominative case, there is der for the masculine, die for the feminine, and das for the neuter. And then for the plural form, it is die, just like the feminine form. These are the four definite articles that you should be most familiar with. Der, die, das, die. Then there's the accusative form, which is taught as the object of the sentence, or what is being acted upon. And here we have an order of masculine, feminine, neutral, and plural. Den, die, das, die. Notice that only the masculine form changes in the accusative case. Then in the dative case, this is the indirect object of the sentence, or you could say to what, to or for what or whom is the subject acting, or who is the subject acting for. And in this case, there is dem, der, dem, den. So you see dem in the masculine, der in the feminine, dem in the neuter, just like in the masculine, and then den in the plural. Then we have the genitive, which is arguably the easiest case for English speakers to pick up on, other than the nominative, and that is the possessive case. So this is when you ask who owns something, and it is also used for a lot of words that we would use of for in English. So you have des, der, des, der. So masculine des, feminine der, neuter des, plural dea. And you will learn much more about all of these cases whenever you do the worksheets included at the end of the lesson. For the indefinite articles, which are a and an in English, you have in the nominative case ein for the masculine, eine for the feminine, ein for the neutral, and keine for the plural. Now, there isn't really a plural for an indefinite article because it signifies one of something, but this is, but keine means not or nade. It's the negative word in German. So you can learn that along with the indefinite articles. So ein, eine, ein, keine. Those are what you need to be learning to start with. So ein, eine, ein. Next we have in the accusative, masculine einen, feminine eine, neutral ein, plural keine. Notice that just like in the definite articles and the indefinite articles, einen, or the masculine form, is the only one that changes. Then, in the dative, we have einem, eine, einem, keinen. So, masculine einem, feminine eine, neutral einem, and plural keinen. And you can see that this matches very closely to the definite articles. Then, in the genitive case, we have eines, eine, eines, keine. Masculine eines, feminine eine, neutral eines, just like the masculine, and plural keine. Alright, now every noun has a specific gender, and every noun will be taught in the nominative case with its definite article so that you can learn the gender attached to every noun. So we have der Mann, the man, der Mann. Notice how it is der Mann, which means it's a masculine word, which makes sense for the overall gender of the idea. A man is, of course, masculine. Next we have der Junge, the boy, der Junge. You see this is also a masculine noun. Next we have die Frau, the woman, die Frau, that is a feminine noun. Next we have das Mädchen. Das Mädchen. You can also pronounce it das Mädchen. Das Mädchen. This means the girl. And the only reason that this noun is in the neuter case is because any word or any noun ending in chen, the chen, is automatically classified as a neuter noun. Next we have der Morgen, the morning, der Morgen, der Tag, the day, der Tag, der Abend, the evening, der Abend, die Nacht, the night, die Nacht, das Glas, the glass, das Glas, das Wasser, the water, das Wasser, das Bier, the beer, das Bier, der Wein, the wine, der Wein, die Milch, the milk, die Milch, der Preis, the price, der Preis, der Dollar, the dollar, der Dollar, der Euro, the euro, der Euro, das Pfund, the British pound, das Pfund, das Essen, the food, das Essen, das Getränk, the drink, das Getränk, das Frühstück, the breakfast, das Frühstück, das Mittagessen, the midday meal or the lunch, das Mittagessen, das Abendessen, the evening meal or the dinner, das Abendessen. Now, all of the pronouns in German have a nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive form. This is the same in English actually, except our genitive and dative form have kind of merged. But we do have generally 3 different pronouns. So first is I. We have nominative ich. This is what you need to learn the best. Ich. Then we have accusative mich. Mich. Dative mir. Mir. Genitive mein. Mein. So ich, I, mich, me. Dative mir, to me. Mine, or my. Then we have, for we have wir, wir. Uns in the accusative, uns. Dative uns. Genitive unser. So wir, we. Uns, us. Uns, to us. Unser, our. You, we have du. Dich, dir, dein. Du, you. Dich, you. Dir, to you. Dein, your. Next we have you all, or y'all. In German there is a special word for multiple, for a plural you. This does occur in some English dialects in the form of y'all, but in formal English you can just say you all. So we have ihr, euch, euch, euer. So ihr, you all, euch, you all, euch, to you all, euer, y'alls, or you alls. Then we have he, which is er, ihn, ihm, sein. So er, he, ihn, him, ihm, to him, sein, his. Then there is her. So we have ihr, or sorry, we have sie, sie, ihr, ihr. So sie is her, sie, her, or sie, she, sie, her, ihr, to her, ihr, hers. Then we have it, which is es, ihm, sein. Notice that in the dative and genitive case, it picks up the masculine pronouns. So es, it, ihm, to it, sein, its. Then we have they, which is actually the same as her, or very similar. We have sie, which is the same as her. Then we have ihnen, ihr. So the only thing that's different here is the dative case, which is ihnen. So sie, they, sie, them, ihnen, to them, ihr, their. Then we have you, formal, which starts with a capital letter, and it is the same as the plural they. So we have sie, ihnen, ihr, all capitalized. So sie, you, ihnen, to you, ihr, yours. So every verb has a different verb ending for every pronoun. So we have a few verbs to learn. Gehen, that is the infinitive form. That would be like saying to go. So we have ich gehe, I go. Wir gehen, we are going. Du gehst, you go. Ihr geht, y'all go. Sie, es geht, it's the same for all of those pronouns. Sie gehen, they go. Or if you just capitalize the Z, it would be you, formal, go. Next we have heißen, to call. Ich heiße, I am called. Ich heiße. Wir heißen, we are called. Du heißt, you are called. Ihr heißt, y'all are called. Sie, es heißt. He, she, it is called. Sie heißen, they are called. Brauchen, to need. Ich brauche, I need. Wir brauchen, we need. Du brauchst, you need. Ihr braucht, you all need. Sie, es braucht. He, she, it needs. Sie brauchen, they need. Möchten, to want. Ich möchte, I want. Wir möchten, we want. Du möchtest, you want. Ihr möchtet, you all want. Sie, es möchtet. He, she, it wants. Sie möchten, they want. Wollen. This is a bit of a more direct way of saying I want. Wollen. This verb is a little less regular than the others that we've seen. Ich will, I want. Ich will. Wir wollen, we want. Du wollst, you want. Ihr wollt, y'all want. Sie, es wollt. He, she, it wants. Sie wollen, they want. Next we have essen, to eat. Ich esse, I eat. Wir essen, we eat. Du isst, you eat. Ihr esst, y'all eat. Sie, es isst. He, she, it eats. Sie essen, they eat. Trinken, to drink. Ich trinke, I drink. Wir trinken, we drink. Du trinkst, you drink. Ihr trinkt, y'all drink. Sie, es trinkt. He, she, it drinks. Sie trinken, they drink. Bezahlen, to pay. Ich bezahle, I pay. Wir bezahlen, we pay. Du bezahlst, you pay. Ihr bezahlt, y'all pay. Ihr, sie, es bezahlt. He, she, it pays. Sie bezahlen, they pay. Next we have zählen, to count. Ich zähle, I count. Wir zählen, we count. Du zählst, you count. Ihr zählt, y'all count. Sie, es zählt. He, she, it counts. Sie zählen, they count. werden. To will. Not to will, just will. Ich werde. I will. Wir werden. We will. Du wirst. You will. Ihr werdet. Y'all will. Er, sie, es wird. He, she, it will. Sie werden. They will. Sehen. To see. Sehen. Ich sehe. I see. Ich sehe. Wir sehen. We see. Du siehst. You see. Ihr seht. Y'all see. Er, sie, es sieht. He, she, it sees. Sie sehen. They see. Now let's go over the 6 numbers we learned. Eins, which is 1. Notice how similar that is to the indefinite article. Eins, zwei, zwei, 2, zwei, drei, drei, 3, drei, vier, vier, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll get you from 1 to 6. Now for homework, I want you to practice the flashcards I have provided on cram.com 3 to 5 times daily. Flashcards are a good way to memorize vocabulary, come up with comparisons or contradictions in phrases to help you memorize difficult vocabulary more easily. If you still cannot remember the meaning of a word, after a few days of practice, you may need to spend a few hours repeating the word out loud and trying to fit it into every sentence you can. I would also definitely recommend playing the flashcard games on Cram as well. The link will be in the description to the flashcards. And then I also want you to complete the worksheets that I will provide the Google Drive link for. Complete 1 worksheet a day for the next 5 days to learn grammatical case. Each worksheet should take less than 10 minutes and will greatly improve your understanding of important German grammar. If you're going to do only one of any of this homework, I would greatly recommend doing the worksheets above all else. And then complete Duolingo Lesson 1, Basics 1. Level this skill up to 5 over the week, preferably 1 level a day. Make sure to read the article attached to the lesson under the Tips button. And if you want to give yourself a challenge, you can turn off the word bank and use your keyboard. If you feel confident enough, you can click the key button above the Tips button to test out of your current level and on to the next level. Or you can complete 3 lessons per level to level up normally. And that will be all for this lesson in the Albiz German video course. Thank you for watching and good luck learning German.